Hello and welcome to another Nerdy Cast Week 11 reflection here, and it has been a great week. It's always tough to play catch up after being gone for a week out in Atlanta for 3 days for a conference, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Tuesday was in school because of election day, so it's always tough to play catch up with all of that. But kids did a great job while I was gone, and they worked on project. My honors kids worked on their Transcendental Society, which is kind of a trick project. The project I want the kids to do is create this Transcendentalist Society and focus on those important parts of being a Transcendentalist. And it's kind of impossible to create a society where everyone is an individual. And the point of the project is that the kids will hopefully discover it as they go. And I always have some kids that discover it and figure it out, and they get really excited and they do a presentation on why this project isn't possible. And then I have kids that do the project completely all the way through and still do really well. But the idea is that we end up having a big discussion about this, and it was really neat because you overhear kids as they discuss it. You're walking around, and I heard a student say, "This is so cool. I love that there's like more than one way to do something in this class. Like it makes it so much easier." And that's nice. That's what you want to do, is give students options to be successful and to demonstrate it in different ways. So that was a big win for me this week. I'm really excited about. The other part has to do with teacher evaluation. So it's that time of the year, you're filling out forms and you're being evaluated. And I filled out my stuff and about my instructional goals and my growth goals and proficiency and things like that. And he asked me, he's like, "Do you have any other goals?" And I said, instructionally, I'm like, I want to do this, I kind of want to do that, but, I'm going to do those anyway, and I'm not going to put them down. And he goes, "Well, what about outside of instruction?" He's like, "Do you have a leadership goal?" He's like, "Nick, you do all these things, why don't you put down a leadership goal or, a technology goal, what you do with other staff here?" And it was just interesting because I'd never thought about my goals as being more than outside of my classroom. I don't know why, I just never thought about it that way. I do a lot in the building, from a leadership standpoint, I guess. I never just looked at it that way, just viewed it as me helping and doing this and doing that and supporting staff. But, he kind of walked me through and said, "These are important things to do, and, you put these on your evaluation, so people can see it." I don't know, it was weird. I don't know if everyone out there has that same issue where you don't even think about when you're creating goals for yourself that what you do outside of just the instructional part is something that is worth noting or working on or even really thinking about. So that was kind of a cool thing for me to think about. And the more that I thought about it, I was like, wow, I could really put these couple of things down and really focus on that aspect of myself as a complete teacher, not just the one that's in the classroom, from an instructional standpoint. So that was my big thing for this week that I really thought about. So kudos to my principal for pushing me in that direction in a way to kind of help me discover that on my own. So really neat, really nice for me to think about. How about you guys out there? What are you thinking about in regards to evaluations and your own personal goals? What are you doing out there? I mean, my reflections are kind of nice and part of that, but how are you thinking about instructional goals versus who you are in the building? So that's what I thought about this week. I'm excited to be starting a new unit, Huck Finn, next week with my Honors American Lit kids, and we're coming right up on Thanksgiving. So the year is flying right on by. So thanks again for stopping by. I always appreciate it. You can check me out on this website here if you're viewing it on my website, thenerdyteacher.com, or give me a shout out on Twitter @thenerdyteacher. Thanks a lot.